Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we finally have some big news coming out of the LCS. The LEC is all done, so us folks over here in North America get to have a little bit of fun. We've been waiting patiently. We've been waiting for our turn, and today we're talking about JENSEN and what is potentially, or at least rumored to be, on the table for him in 2023. But first, a word from today's sponsor, which is, of course, Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy. You can play today now on the Prize Picks website, prizepicks.com. You can get it on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store today. All awesome, very convenient ways to play. They have something for everybody. Prize Picks offers big payouts, 24/7 live support, and fast and secure withdrawals. All you have to do is select more or less on props that are centered around your favorite teams, your favorite players, your favorite competitions, whether it's esports, traditional sports, whatever. Yes, the League of Legends esports season is over, but the next season's going to be here before we know it. And in the meantime, Prize Picks are going to be doing everything: football, baseball, soccer, Valorant, CSGO, all the kinds of different games. And if you get signed up today and you want to go make some picks of your own, check out the first link in the description below. Prize Picks are going to match your first deposit up to $100, which is just an absolutely awesome deal. So thank you so much to them. They've been awesome to work with, and obviously if you do that, it does help support me, my channel, and my content. With that being said, let's get right into the big news today. Coming from LEC Wooloo sources, mid laner JENSEN has reached a verbal agreement with Dignitas in the LCS. Now, here we do have the top reply to this comment. Scuff Skeleton getting in there. He says, "You're getting weaker, gapped by retired fraud part 2. Definitely take everything Skeleton says with a grain of salt. I don't know. Guys seems to be a little bit unhinged as of late, but he says the reported Dignitas roster seems to be Arma, XU, JENSEN, Spawn, and Ignar. Don't know if that's going to be true, but Wooloo, very, very reliable source, obviously, with a ton of insiders, all that stuff. He says JENSEN is going to Dignitas, and I think this is so interesting for so many ways. Obviously, it does confirm, or at least seemingly confirm, if all of it's true, what Cloud9 is doing for next year. Replacing JENSEN in the mid lane, going with Diplex, going with Eminus. We'll see how those guys work out. I think it's risky, high risk, high reward. Those guys are, probably a little bit cheaper, maybe higher ceilings into the future, brighter futures ahead of them. JENSEN, definitely on the tail end of his career. And JENSEN wasn't even that impressive during his time in 2022 either, but this was a year where he took a split off, then came back. Maybe now in 2023 that he's been playing and ramping up, he'll be back to better. Maybe he'll keep getting worse. Who knows? But this is very, very interesting because not very often do we get these high kind of name value, very, very prestigious players going to bad teams and going to bad rosters. And I've been saying for the longest time that esports needs stuff like this to happen. The fact that Doublelift was like, I only want to play for a top team or I'm going to retire. And then JENSEN, he ends up in the same spot. And so many of these players will only play for the top teams or will play for no one. But when you look around professional sports leagues and competitions and stuff, you have really, really good players and historical players and, legends on the tail end of their career on bad teams all the time. And it makes the whole league better. When even your bad teams have some good players and you're still getting to practice against good players and all that stuff, that is better for the league. That is better for the whole ecosystem. That is better for everyone. Now, the issue is always the top teams would pay a lot of money. The bottom teams wouldn't pay very much. But now the top teams aren't paying as much because of, the esports winter and everything that's going on and all that stuff. Maybe we're going to start to see more top players on the tail end of their career or that can't find a spot or whatever, rather than playing for Team McDonald's, playing for some lower tier teams. Overall, I think that is good for the league. Now, obviously, do I think JENSEN is going to be able to stand out in Dignitas? Probably not. He'll probably stand out individually, but it's going to be tough. If that's a roster, it's going to be him and Arma against the world. And again, he wasn't that great in 2022. Arma wasn't that great in 2022. But I am very, very curious to see how a player like JENSEN will do on a team like Dignitas. Can he teach them anything? Can he show them how to win? Can he show them how to be good? Can he show them what high-level, high-tier League of Legends looks like? Because obviously Dignitas has been pretty much a stranger to that. Will Dignitas rise to JENSEN, or will JENSEN stoop to the level of Team Dignitas? We don't know. Another very, very interesting thing from this whole thing is the fact that JENSEN's, I believe he's made Worlds every season of his career, 8 years in a row, something crazy like that. Has some of the most Worlds appearances of anyone all time, maybe even has the most of all time. I'm not exactly sure. But a crazy streak that is all of a sudden in a lot of jeopardy, maybe, being put to the test for sure. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are going to say, hey, we shouldn't reuse the same old veterans. We shouldn't, recycle, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, Dignitas has 5 spots. They don't need to have a brand new player or something like that at every single position. And in some ways, bad teams and teams that are trying to develop some prospects and rookies and all that stuff should have veterans, should have guys like JENSEN. The veterans should be players who have actually done things in their career and can actually teach some younger players some stuff, rather than, just some random washed veterans that will accept, some dog shit salaries and stuff like that. So I don't take this JENSEN going to Dignitas as like, oh, Dignitas is getting aggressive, they're spending, they're doing all this stuff. No, it's just probably like, hey, JENSEN sat out a split last year and realized that it sucked, and he'd rather be playing than sit out. He'd rather play for Dignitas than sit out. So this year, I'm sure, he's taking a pretty significant pay cut, but hey, at least he's getting to play, and he's not having to sit out like he did last year. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this pays off for him. Maybe if he has a big split with Team Dignitas, he'll be able to get onto another team. Maybe he'll have just an absolutely horrible year with Team Dignitas and end up retiring after this year. Who knows? But huge story. JENSEN to Team Dignitas, according to LEC Wooloo. We'll have to see what happens and how it goes. Good luck to him. It's probably going to be a little bit rough. But pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Check out Prize Picks, first link in the description below. Peace.